keep on going for the first Malfurion pick. Oh.
Infernal Shrines.
Kerrigan time?
Also, Ace's map pick. Not Ballistix. Let's see how this one plays out.
Okay,
Interesting to see.
Let's already go outside our box. Try to think of something crazy that can happen.
Well, you already mentioned Kerrigan. What about
I know what happened.
what about Medivh Kerrigan?
No, that is not the right way. You know what was buffed? Resurrection.
Yeah.
Chain that with a Cho and
A Cho and a Chen.
Thanks. I love you. I love you, Wolf.
I can't believe you have the gall to suggest such a thing. Resurrected Cho'Gall. This isn't Blossom. This isn't 2017 Part 1 of Phase 1. Blossom. No. This is going to be a Malfurion lock-in. Now, this is a good map for Diablo. We saw great Gondar Diablo yesterday. Maybe if it's a Tracer pick out of Ballistix or even a Genji. Diablo can be strong against a Genji if he uses his dash or his jump. Or his deflect. If he has used all three of those, Diablo can maybe kill him.
Can maybe. Okay.
Oh! Okay, that's different.
Claps from G-Clef. Okay, that looks like something else. Of course, Ballistix still can have their own Malfurion Tracer. They used to play Tracer. They're one of the first teams to actually bring Tracer into the Korean scene, as in the meta, late 2016. From what I remember. What do they have here? Still a very good map for Hanzo, of course.
They don't want to play the Hanzo today. This
For
could
some
be a
reason.
first pick Abathur for all we know, G-Club.
Sonya's also an okay one to start off.
Yeah, I would
I
like
think
a
if
Sonya
there's
first
a
pick.
team to really step up, when they come into the booth, they always talk about the European games, and then mostly Tempest and also Ballistix. They watch all the games, and they were also talking about what happened last night from EU.
Uther. Good old Uthi.
Oh, he.
Well,
Okay,
with
instead of
the-
picking Genji, maybe they want to pair it up later.
Yeah, I think so. Well, I mean, that was banned obviously in game 1 and 2, and second ban because they went for Genji plus tank. First game being a Nubrok, second game being Tyrael.
Yes.
So what does Ace do? Maybe Ace takes Genji Tyrael. That would like dismantle what Ballistix is trying to do. And then maybe Ballistix would actually have to play Hanzo. SC, please.
Or Ace takes Hanzo and Genji. Possible.
That's a pretty ballsy play, though.
Possible and okay. They don't have Uther, but they're not going to pick Malfurion, so can pair up with any other support. Still call it very good for the map. See what other things they're thinking right now.
Okay, Genji Tyrael. I called it G-Clef. This is the best play to make when the Tyrael's taking the other side. If you're Ace and you're trying to control Ballistix draft. So SC, sorry, can't play 100% Genji today. Not gonna happen unless you walk over and change teams. We see a trade happen live here on stream. Trade SC for Witcher. Suddenly Ace becomes a better team. Let's see what they do want to run though, because I really do, and it was just like kind of like a my elbow is aching, so I feel kind of sort of thing. I don't actually have any fact to back this up,
But it's going to rain
it feels
tomorrow?
like it is going to rain tomorrow. My elbow was aching on my attacks on the way over here, but it feels like this is a Ballistix just does not want to play Hanzo Day. They either want to work on practicing other heroes because SC's been given Hanzo so much this season, or they think he's just not as strong as we do, as the other teams are thinking as well. That could be also a possibility. Sonya and ETC avoiding the Hanzo again. Strong pair up with the Uther and the ETC.
Of course, Uther is different, but this is a swapped draft from game 2. Ace was the one picking Malf, Sonya, ETC in game 2. And also Ballistix was the one picking against Tyrael. And they're swapping that in Infernal Shrines. Sonya pretty good for the map. Jungha, the solo lane will be dominant.
This could just be a ban onto the Hanzo. I mean, Ace probably thinking the same thing I'm thinking though.
Yes.
Ballistix just doesn't want to play the Hanzo today. Maybe ban Tychus. So a possibility of seeing Mage here as well, but this doesn't pair as well with the Uther. Wow.
Was buffed.
34 extra damage to the multi-shot. There you go.
Was it 30 or was it 50?
I don't know exactly how much it was. It was like not a lot though. But hey, you know, buffed. That's another SC hero. Okay. Took the Genji away, which is SC's only hero today. He's not playing Hanzo. They're like just trying to get him to play Hanzo super bad. Like, no Vala. Play the Hanzo SC. Ace can still play Hanzo, so Ballistix could consider that right now. Otherwise, could look for a ban onto like a Malthael as a solo lane ban. Well, Leoric is dead in Korea, by the way. He has not played a single time. Ripped the Skeleton King.
For a few times on... Ooh, Avatar, okay. This is a reverse draft. Of course, makes sense to ban Avatar. I was thinking maybe of a Li Ming, which has been not appearing at all. Because Ballistix has that ETC. Maybe not really even considering that happening because they have the Divine Shield Uther. But once Phoenix comes in, Leoric will be coming in. I think it's a pretty good pair up with that
Entomb Cracker.
Yes, Entomb Cracker. That's the pair.
Planet Tomb.
Planet Tomb.
Rhaegar. Hanzo! There he is. What you gonna play now, SC? No Malfurion, no Tyrael, so he can't play the Tracer very well. What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? This is the most interesting place we've been in for this team since we came back from Eastern Clash.
The most, the most predictable team for drafting, but tonight they have just not been follow anything.
This is gonna be a Zul'jin Lucio lock-in. SC plays Lucio, flexes, double support Zul'jin. All right, are we following? Are you following me, G Club?
No,
are you with me, man?
No, it's gonna be Cho'Gall.
Cho'Gall? SD nodded right after you said that. Did you notice that? It's very subtle.
It's like, oh, seems like a Cho'Gall would be a good pick here.
We want double support Raynor.
Like we have 2 picks possible, and it fits the best. We have an ETC to pair up with. What else do we need?
What happened in this draft? They're gonna go Greymane Gul'dan. Okay, well this is...
That's no fun.
This looks like a Hero League draft. It's like, okay, alright, like, except it's the opposite of normally, and normally it's like we need a healer in the tank in the last spots, and everyone's like, ah, okay, and they lock it in. This guy's just like, alright, like, no one wants to play DPS, come on. What DPSs do you guys have?
Or, like, look at my profile. I only play DPS, I have no support, I have no tank. And he's the 5th pick. I think that's what happened.
Well, obviously Greymane is really good with Uther and Sonya. If they could replace the ETC with a Tyrael, it'd be even stronger, but even the ETC is quite good. Gul'dan is great for the Shrine control to compete against Hanzo. Horrify can ruin Genji's day if the Sanctification isn't there. God, I played Gul'dan today, 1 game, and that Horrify hitbox is small, man. Gotta hit those really nice against high mobility heroes like this. Okay. Last pick here is the Soul Laner. Is it the winning matchup? Is it the Malthael? Ragnaros? What world are we living in?
Infernal? So
it's not even Mini Ragnaros. No one has ever not played Mini Ragnaros in the history of HGC Korea. Or Little Ragnaros, sorry, to use the official skin name, TM. I mean, it's strong, I guess, for this map because you can contest the shrines with the Molten Core, but...
You can delay the Punisher.
Yeah.
And also bring in some damage from the range.
Is it going to be Lava Wave?
No, please. I think they are looking for that smash into a Genji kill. That is exactly what they should be going for. If it's a Lava Wave, I will stand up and cast.
Okay, well, I think your legs might get tired. Oh man, Magi with the neck pop right there. He's ready to go! He's ready to swing that hammer. He's like, oh, I'm not playing. He locks in the auto attack build immediately after he cracks his neck. Locks that in level 1. He's not playing the Rhaegar this game. Okay, so hear me out. Bloodlust. That's all I had to say. Magi's 14-2 on this hero in 2018. 16 picks. his highest picked healer. His least favorite in terms of playstyle, but hey, sometimes you gotta be a slave to the meta as a support.
You just have, oftentimes you have to pair up really well with your DPS either, or with your tank. Here, Holy Cow is available. Sank can save a lot of them, I think, but in this case for Ace, if you look at their team comp, are they all going to be in the circle? Most likely. Those Shimada brothers will never be in the circle, in fact.
Well, I mean, they'll try to get in the circle. The cool thing about Sank is a good Sanctification player like Honkono and Dami, actually kind of the original Tyrael players back in Korea back in the day, always impressed me so much because you put the Sank not where the team fight is, but where you want it to be. You toss it forward, and then the Greymane dives on top of it, or in this case, the Hanzo and the Genji jump into it, do their damage, and win the fight in that moment. That's why Dami's Greymane paired with Honkono's Tyrael was so powerful back in Tempest in 2016. There's going to be a good corruption here for Ballistix as well. So that's something they're going to look to farm quite a bit. It's a little bit more awkward sometimes than the Fel build, because the Fel is easier to connect because it comes out so quick, whereas Echoed Corruption telegraphs itself, so it's much easier to avoid.
Well, it's hard to face all of what Ace has right now, and having the long range seems like a safer option when you don't really have that over the time healing on to Gul'dan. First heals coming from Uther will be it. Hooligan actually diving in. There's a 3-man power slide.
SDE is harassed here. Might actually have to life drain to survive. Yeah, he does, and he even pings for help. He's like, look guys, I'm Gul'dan. So if you want me to kill him, like I gotta take my life away to get my mana.
Rag wasn't here for the fight, so he had to kind of back away for the 45.
By the way, solo matchup between Ragnaros and Gul'dan. Sonya roaming. Actually looking for a pick right now.
For a second, Gul'dan had the better position to not lose less EXP of the wave. But I think he just went up for the second there.
Hero getting blown up. Has to get over the wall here. Ends up being okay. I will say, I have been pretty impressed with KCB's play today on the ETC. Let's see how well he does on the Tyrael now.
He just had really bad matchups all the time against Hooligan, but still doing pretty okay as a solo ETC, not really having the support too much from the teammates.
Alright, well, Shrine's up. Let's see if they want to commit the Molten Core, if they want to get onto the Shrine first, try to win a trade, and then Molten Core to secure it. That's a great way to use Ragnaros in these moments. Ace has an experienced lead, actually, with that camp they were able to take. The bad matchup for Gul'dan in the top lane we had for a little while. Witcher headed back at the moment. Not going to go straight up. That's going to delay their control of this Shrine. And you know, Ace has already lost control of this. Do they use the Molten Core now, or they want to save it for defense? It's a tough call right now. It looks like Rush is headed over, uses speed boost on himself. Molten Core's up, coming in here. And this is going to delay, but they're already almost 20 defenders down, and Witcher can't even get into the zone. Ballistix is basically just trying to kite away from the damage here from Ragnaros, and they're just basically ignoring it. 7 more kills, and this is their Punisher, the first
Molten Core is a lot of damage, but they have Gul'dan and also Sonya, who can also escape and pick up those defenders pretty quickly. So Molten Core was not really wasted. Not really wasted, but Ace, they don't really have a comp to dive in and mash that all together. It was a tough job against what Ballistix was already having. Their number gap was way too big to make that kind of risky decision right there.
It's just really unfortunate that, God, that was a fantastic trade there for their Greymane. It's unfortunate they don't have this now to defend or to delay. So let's see, again, I think they're looking for the stun, the ability to interrupt the mosh pit, obviously to then stun and or kill a Gul'dan. There's a lot of things you can do with the slam. Oh boy, this is not looking good. The shield's coming through from Tyrael. 25% reduced, but look at that dash damage. Ballistix is going to have to go away. But yeah, I feel like Lava Wave got really popular at the end of Ragnaros' meta style, especially in SEA, as we saw back at BlizzCon. So we saw a lot of Lava Wave recently, and it can help you control the macro of the game, as well as zone away team members in fights, longer fights in the mid to late game. Let's see. I feel like they picked this Ragnaros for a reason, and it might be more than just the delay that failed on that last shrine.
It's still possible. Well, this time Ballistix does not really have any globals, so I don't think Ace has that much of a macro pressure this time. Depending on how they want to play this out. ACB super low shield will barely keep himself alive.
That was a really good Druids. Also avoids that cocktail with his hearth positioning. All I can think about right now is, you know, why the Ragnaros of all heroes they could have picked. It's not a winning matchup against the Sonya. And you need to really know how to use the Ragnaros to secure Punishers if you're going to be using it just for Molten Core. Oh man, I don't think KCB gets out this time. It's going to be a stolen camp here. Only hits Hooligan and finishes his quest. Ragnaros is pushing hard in the top lane. This is very risky because he doesn't have any escapes. Sonya's going up there right now as we speak to punish this. 10 available for Ballistix, now ready for Ace. Rush just barely gets out in time. And it is going to be the Sulfurous Smash, not going to be Lava Wave, so predictable. Let's see what they can do with it.
I think they really wanted to have that pair up with the arrow and the blade. They also have Sank. And their mission is to get one target. Can just be neglected by one Holy Shield. There's
the zoning mosh.
Nice
Interrupted
smash though.
Or was it interrupted actually? I think it actually hit everyone except the ETC. Either way, Smash not going to be able to win them the fight. It does help the disengage. They still lose Tyrael. KCB going to have to go back to the Hall of Storms yet again. Shrine control already over to Ballistix. KCB heading down, but you need to basically, if you're going to use Molten Core during the shrine, you need to have won the shrine. Basically, you need to be like 5 to 10 ahead, and then you use it to finish it. If you're going to use it after, you use it when you lose. So last game they used it too early, so didn't have it to defend, but still didn't win the shrine. So they got nothing out of it. This time I think they're going to use it after they lose it. We're going to look for a pick first though. Coming in here, good angle from Rush, safe angle. I think they need to be more aggressive than this though. I mean, Greymane's AFK in the top lane getting soaked. This is their moment to win a fight. They're just not confident enough. They're not reading the map correctly.
They can't catch up in number. When they try to make the rotation, it's getting delayed by hooligans standing in the bush most of the time. And meanwhile, the rest of the team from Ballistix is picking up the number. When Ace gets to that shrine, Ballistix already has 20 plus oftentimes. So do you really risk your Molten Core and try to go for it? I think it's better off using it as a defensive tool.
Yeah, exactly.
So Ballistix, knowing that they didn't really put in everything in that shrine, they sent Greymane on top. They were getting multiple EXP.
Yeah, Greymane just was farming. Farming alone in the solo lane. And Ace just let it happen. They didn't force a fight. And even though they were down on defenders, when it was like 6 to 30, they could have tried to force a 5v4 fight. Use it for a smash, try to get a kill. Well, half of the DPS for Ballistix is gone and no tanky DPS. It's only the Gul'dan there. If you get a kill there, sure, you might lose the Punisher, but you're very likely to lose the Punisher right afterwards. As long as nobody gets stunned by it and you walk away, you have that Molten Core for defense. They still used it defensively, but I feel like there was a moment there wasted because they didn't read the map correctly. They weren't either aware or how to capitalize on Greymane being missing, being in the top lane. Not even missing, they had vision of him. He just was not there. They knew that and still were a little bit timid. Too much respect given, I think, by Ace right now.
They're on the chase now, looking for a lucky possible mistake. But look at that angle. Hooligans is actually pressuring alone. Takes damage. Enough healing comes from himself and also Uther. And meantime, Sonya has been pushing, and Rag just wasting his rotational time. Not really finding target. You have to really make an initiation with the Dragon Arrow, possibly with the smash. There's
Mosh the double. Sulfuris this time cleansed. Man. He could not interrupt.
Perfectly.
Cleansed so he couldn't interrupt the Mosh. Gets the double.
I think that's exactly what happened last time also.
Oh, that must have been what happened, yeah, because I was wondering, it didn't look like it was interrupted.
But that was... It's almost too easy for Magi to actually have that cleanse. You can see that coming. It is D-timing onto Hooligan, the target. And it's made it so easy. Just slide in right into the camp place, and they stole that. They got this wall. Now the level lead is huge by 3 levels.
The whole Palantir on the table. Right now, they're just going to split off and soak. Sonya pushed enough of bot to where she feels like it's no longer safe to soak there. This gives a free opportunity for Ace to soak this wave, but it's so true what you said. I think you said on Sky Temple. They're just never willing to soak alone because they're so terrified they're going to get ganked, they're going to get killed. So in order to get one wave of 7 minions, 4 people went bot.
Why not Sylvanas if they want to rotate like this?
Well, they at least realized after they were like, okay, we're safe down here, that they should push the bot wall, so they got something out of this 5-man, but they're playing like a bottom 4 Gold Series Chinese team right now.
Exactly.
Roaming like a 5-man, never understanding the macro, never reading the map.
The region where they play to Sylvanas too.
Yeah. They're just roaming safely, but never punishing rotations, never, I keep saying it, but never really looking at the mini-map. When you see so many heroes top like that, you can make a play in mid and bot to double the experience gain when you know Ballistix is grouped elsewhere.
Well, let's see how they make a play from here. Oh, Witcher gets...
Deflect is already used. That is a very important thing to keep in mind.
He's alone. The arrow misses. Oh, that's painful. But still a good
really
chance.
painful.
Only one used.
SC going in alone here, needs to be careful. Divine Shield is available. May have to be used here. Gets that armor.
But this guys realize that this is a 4v5.
Yeah,
yes. Yeah. Sonya is on top.
And Ace is still just not willing to pull the trigger. So Furious could have caught Ace or caught SC there, forced a Divine Shield. Maybe they win the longer fight. They had Sank as a tool as well to continue to fight. But instead, Sonya is up there. And as you say, Ballistix wins the 4v5 fight in trades. Ace doesn't pull the trigger. Again, they hesitate. And now this is an Arcane Punisher walking towards Keep. This will very likely be the end of the game and the end of the series. Why not risk something? Why not pull the trigger when if you just let it go, you're going to lose the map regardless. And oh boy.
They pulled the trigger, the arrow flew by, but it wasn't enough to initiate and win the team fight or even to start some CC chain. And this one, I think it's walking straight to the core, level 3 gap. Molten Core activated already, so that's going down.
Ancestral here super early on to Rush. He survives a little bit longer.
Mosh
this time
nicely done, but the damage follow-up is just not there. Regard died way too early, and it seems like we have game 3 over and the end of the series.
That's right, 7 kills to 0, 6 forts, 6 healing fountains. This is another perfect game by Ballistix. As long as nobody dies here in this last moment. Sank comes through, but it's just too late. That was the riskiest and craziest thing they did all series, was to try to Sank with Genji at 2% health in that last fight. You have to be willing to take risks when you are